Everybody, is Ethereum really a security? We're going to talk about that to start off this video. Also, I have some really good information on the FSB, them working on crypto regulation for the globe. Let's get into the video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to get into the information really quickly here in a second. If you need help learning about crypto assets, think about joining Cryptonaires. Link down in the description. It's my community. It's where I educate people. It's where we bring in AMAs. Man, I've done hundreds and hundreds of AMAs, guys. I know what I'm doing in the space. I know which is going to work. I know what's not going to work. And I give you the best information I can. So think about joining. We have a great team. Let's get into the video. Jimmy Valley, here you go. So Jimmy Valley putting this out here, guys. Check this out. Is Ethereum a security? All right, there are a series of documents and arrangements that constitute an investment contract for Ethereum. Here you go. Wake it up. If the Ether product purchase agreement, terms and conditions of the Ether Genesis sale, intended use of revenue. What did they do with that money? Well, they built the Ethereum network. Ethereum development plan, white paper and yellow paper. Check this out. Purchases of Ethereum in the Genesis sale will be awarded a cryptographic receipt in the form of a downloaded wallet that will enable them to claim their purchase once the product has been fully developed and is ready for delivery. It says all ETH pre-sold in this manner will be delivered to the purchasers of the Ethereum platform's Genesis block, the initial block of the Ethereum platform's blockchain, which constitutes the inception of the operation of the system, which is expected to be created during the winter of 2014, although there are no guarantees, right? And so Jimmy goes on to say a little bit more down here. He says, a purchaser of Ethereum pre-sale did not receive actual Ether tokens in connection with the sale because the network was not operational at the time of the pre-sale. He says, instead, the purchaser of ETH in the Genesis sale were awarded cryptographic receipts to claim their purchase once the product has been developed and is ready for delivery. Although the offering of the sale in these rights began in July 2014, at the time, the initial block of the Ethereum platform blockchain, which constitutes the inception of an operation of the system, was expected to be created during the winter of 2014 and 2015, although there were no guarantees that this would occur. No such time frame at all. And then Jimmy Valley, it says, ETH is a security, says, actually, no, ETH is a digital token. It is not on itself in a contract transaction or scheme that embodies the Howey requirements of an investment contract, but the sale of the rights to receive Ether tokens, the pre-sale and Genesis was 100% a securities offering. Also, who makes the decisions to upgrade the network? Who made the decision to go from proof of work to proof of stake? It's probably one of two people at the top. It's either Vitalik or it's that other bald guy who, oh no, Joseph Lubin. That's what I was looking for. And that guy is not a straight shooter. We've all seen scandalous things from him as well. This is from Cyprus Dominic. He saw, bro, you see this? September. Remember UK laws? Makers signing off on official of electronic trades document bill supposedly in September. That'll really help out. But also check it out. FSB regulatory framework for crypto asset activities. And we have a little clip here. Let me bring this to you. The FSB and the IMF will deliver a joint report. So this is the FSB and the International Monetary Fund coming together to issue a joint report to the G20 in September of 2023 about crypto assets regulation, which will synthesize the policy findings from the IMF work on macroeconomic and monetary issues as set out in its February 2023 note to the G20 on micro financial implications of crypto assets. And the FSB will work with supervisory and regulatory issues published today. This will support a coordinated and comprehensive policy approach to crypto assets by considering macroeconomic and regulatory perspectives, including the full range of risks posed by crypto assets, guys. They're working on this behind the scenes. They know their countries need to adopt it. And once you get G20 law and regulation, the whole world will be right behind it. And here's that release. And then this is talking about FSB finalizes global regulatory framework for crypto asset activities. It says final recommendations incorporate learnings from events over the past years in crypto asset markets, feedback received during the FSB's public consultation. The framework is based on the principle of same activity, same risk, same regulation, and provides a strong basis for ensuring that crypto asset activities and so-called stablecoins are subject to consistent and comprehensive regulation and consummate to the risk they pose. The FSB and standard setting bodies will continue to coordinate in promoting global consistent regulation by considering the need for further guidance or standards and monitoring implementation status of jurisdictional law. Also, there's this clip where I think this guy's name's Ash and John Dean. I didn't understand this Charles Gasparino thing because this has nothing to do with that, but let me play this clip and then we can talk about it.
By the way, let's talk about the distinction between Ripple and XRP since you make the point, and it is a very important one.
Well, yes, if Ripple could go back and change one thing in its history, this is me speculating, I would imagine that it would be not to call the XRP token the Ripple token in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Because people use Ripple and XRP on exchanges. When it was listed, sometimes it would say Ripple and then parentheses XRP.
People all over the world still make that same mistake. So I 100% agree with John. They should have just had the XRP token ready when they switched over from, was it OpenCoin or OneCoin? I think it was OpenCoin. I always get this mixed up in my head, but I think it was OpenCoin.
And so there's a distinction between the token, which is the native crypto asset of the XRP ledger, to say the blockchain, like ETH is Ethereum, Bitcoin is Bitcoin network. And so Ripple is the company that sells software that's trying to replace SWIFT, the payment messaging and system in the world. And so Ripple is the company. And so that issue of that you were talking about is that interlocutory appeal. It is, the SEC could go and say, Judge, this is a major issue. We think you got it wrong. There's a lot of inconsistency. We're asking you to certify that this goes up. But if I'm Ripple, now here's the thing, Ash. If I represent Ripple or the executives, am I going to object to that or agree? Yes, let's go get it up to the Second Circuit and possibly.
So if they did this, if Ripple decided to send it up to the Second Circuit, they would actually could be hurting themselves, right? Because if the Second Circuit decided to lean the other way on Ripple and then XRP is not considered a security, that could really backfire. So do you think Ripple is going to speed this along or slow it the F down? They're going to slow it the F down. I don't think the SEC is going to appeal, because if they do, they could lose other pieces of the case in that appeal as well. I think the SEC kind of doesn't know what to do at this point, because they kind of start digging themselves this hole, and they can thank Jay Clayton and the former SEC for bringing this case, which is now going to screw up not only the Coinbase case, but other crypto security token cases in the future, right? So the SEC is trying to figure out what to do here. And I hope the Biden administration is looking at the SEC saying, we need to make some changes here. We got to get rid of these guys because it's rotten at the top. You need to clear it all out and start fresh with some actual forward-thinking people that can actually get the job done, protect investors, and not just help out big banks, because we're tired of that shit.
Get a worse ruling? Or am I going to say, wait, this has been hanging over our head, these two executives, for 2.5 years. That doesn't count the 30 months that they were under investigation. Jesus. So really we're at 5 years that this has been hanging over these two executives. They have their right in court, Judge, before we go up on appeal. All you did was apply the standard test that we all agreed to. The SEC came to you and said, apply the Howey test, and you'll determine that XRP is a security. You did. They don't like the result. We shouldn't have an appeal immediately. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. And so I think that unless Ripple is going to concede and agree with the SEC that it should go up earlier, I don't see it going up earlier.
I don't see it going up earlier too, my friends. Chad Steingraber put this out. I want to thank you, Chad. He's been working really hard. Temenos T24. Temenos, we've talked about it many times on this channel, is connected to 3,000 institutions, okay? Premier FedNow provider. The T24 settlement engine is built on RippleNet and performs 150,000 transactions in the cloud. Just so you know, I think Visa taps out or maxes out at about 60,000 transactions per second. So this one system already does 2.5 times the volume of what Visa can do, and it's a faster system. Which credit unions are connected to T24? All of them, guys. Fusion Finastra, this is just kind of showing you Ripple Cloud with Fusion Finastra, guys. I've shown you this a bunch of different times, but where we are heading right now, guys, is such an exciting time. You have the opportunity to get educated right now before the speculation ends, and then we actually get into a utility bull market. You want to be ready with all of your knowledge, whatever you want to do with your life, before that happens. You probably have 8 to 12 months, maybe sooner, but global regulation is coming faster than you think, and sitting on the sidelines for the next 5 to 10 months or whatever it is will get you wrecked in the end, because you're going to have all kinds of regrets not getting educated now. If you need help, let me know down in the description. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.